Mayuni, my people, like kama kawaida. Good evening. How are you doing from where you're watching me from? I'm great this evening. The Lord is good. He has given us free gift of life, and I'm very grateful for the gift of life. I'm grateful for health. I'm grateful for everything. This evening I want to talk about something. I just want to talk about something that I've seen somewhere, people asking this question, and the reason why I've come up with this topic today is because I've not heard it from one person. I've heard it from several people asking of this question, and even seen some people suffering. And the thing that I want to talk about today is how to prevent your teeth from aching, how to prevent that. And some people, I've seen in Facebook, someone asking solution for toothache, what to do to stop your teeth or your teeth from aching. And I personally, I'm not a doctor, I'm not a dentist at any given point. I'm just speaking out of experience, out of what I've seen, out of what I've experienced as an individual. And I want to say something. When I was growing up, I had my elder sister. My elder sister used to suffer so much from toothache, and she could remove her teeth each and every year, in fact. And so for so long, then from that, I finished my school, my studying, my campus life, I also realized that the same problem started. I started having teeth cavities, and they really affected me so much. So my first teeth, or my first tooth, he manze, Kiingereza kilikuja na wazungu. my first tooth, it ached me. And when my tooth was aching me, I really suffered. It was so much painful. It was so much painful to the extent that I couldn't sleep. People were sleeping and I was rotating all over the house. And people gave me advices. I was told to go to a certain mama who was burning the kienyeji medicine, and the mama used to burn those kienyeji medicine, and then I inhaled the smoke. After inhaling the smoke, I could hear those, what are they called? Ningesikia hao wadudu. They could come out of my mouth as they fall into the fire. But that did not help. In fact, it worsened the situation so much. But that worked into somebody else's time, because I was given that advice by a churchmate who said that the idea of going to that mama and burning the natural medicine for him worked for him. Then mine, that one did not work. Somebody told me to take Panadol and place it at that tooth, yet that also did not work. But after a time of pain and everything, I decided to go to a dentist who removed the tooth for me. And immediately after that tooth was removed, another tooth came up. Another cavity was formed in the upper jaw. The tooth just directly from the other one, another cavity formed, and it started aching me again. And I just don't really know where this idea came from. When I was a child, when we was growing up, brushing our teeth, I'm not ashamed to say this, kwa sababu I know there are so many people who also, they were not doing this, and until now they don't do this. Let's just be honest in our talk and speak reality, because I really believe that there are people who still don't brush their teeth when they are going to bed. It's because some of us were raised in those rural places, and it was never a routine. We never knew people should brush their teeth before going to bed. And I can really explain from my experience that failing to brush your teeth before you retire to your bed is the main cause of many tooth cavities, if I'm not wrong. And a disclaimer, I've said I am not a doctor whatsoever. I am not a dentist, I am not a doctor, I am just speaking from a point of experience. And when I started brushing my teeth before going to bed, I'm telling you, until now I don't experience any pain. And it has not just worked for me. I used to live with a friend of mine too, and she also had the same problem, and we used to brush our teeth at the same time, all of us, before we go to bed, and we have never experienced of the same problem. The only difference that was there is that for my friend, when she uses another toothpaste, that could cause problem to her. So there was a specific toothpaste that she normally use. But as for me, any toothpaste can work for me. So I think brushing our teeth before retiring to bed, and training our kids and our younger siblings to do so before they go to bed, can be a really big solution to prevent toothaches. Yeah, brushing your teeth can really work. I'm not saying it will work for everyone, but I believe that it can help other people. If not everyone, then it can help other people. If brushing your teeth before going to sleep can help you prevent the toothache you're going through, then that one is going to work. And there is another thing. Me brushing my, me in person brushing my teeth before going to bed has worked for me. It has worked for me, it has worked for my friend. And there is another friend of mine who used to tell me she normally brush her teeth immediately after taking every meal, be it supper, be it lunch, and she has never suffered from toothache. So from those three experiences, I personally believe that brushing our teeth before going to bed can really help prevent even the tooth cavities. It can prevent the pain if you already have a cavity in your tooth or teeth. And there was this also old mama when I was still in my primary school, who was suffering from the same tooth cavity. And she was a grandmother. She was a grandmother to my best friend at that time in primary school. And when I heard of that, I heard one day my mother saying that the chlorine that they normally drop in water, the Kisima water, they take the big chlorine from the market, then they dip it in that water, that chlorine can work. And I gave it to that old shosho, and she used it and it worked for her. In my time, using the chlorine didn't work for my tooth, but brushing it every night worked. So me personally, I will prefer that people to maintain hygiene. You maintain hygiene by brushing your teeth every night before going to sleep. It will really help you so much. Thank you for watching this video again. Let's keep on watching, subscribing, share, so that you can help someone else who is having the problem. If it works for you, well and good. If it doesn't work, it's still fine. There are so many options. You can go for the option of removing. The choice is yours. Have a really blessed night, and I love you people so much. Good night.